I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic. All I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes, and depending on how many times, lets you know the time. I've been to concerts at the Motorpoint Arena, and I've been to concerts at the Nottingham Caves. I've been here all my life and I'm still amazed by this place. I love Nottingham. Sometimes I stare at Hockley's graffiti colourful walls, and sometimes I gaze at the deers running around Woollerton Hall. Supreme thrills, from chilling up at Green's Mill or up at that castle on the hill. Nottingham, I love you, and I always will. Visit Nottingham today.
So what does it mean to you? The time?
Sweat. The passion.
The thrill?
The determination.
The support.
The camaraderie.
But it's so much more than that.
We're playing for something bigger.
You ready?
Well, thank you, James and Joe. We're back for more action from the Men's Open here. Double billing for you. Up first, it's Japan who take on the Philippines in a game that Japan will be favourites in, you must say, after a couple of good performances. They faltered in their most recent outing, but they've still got a lot to offer here.
So just talking here with Adam Rimlow, the England women's coach. What did you think of that last game?
Oh, well, I think New Zealand are pretty good. We saw our pool a while ago and we set our targets on that game and said we wanted to come out and see how close or how far we were from them. We looked at certain areas of the game, midfield, defence. We've worked really hard on that. I think there's times where we earned some turnovers, really to try to put some pressure on. 8-2, I believe it was. So the class and the quality and experience of New Zealand came through in the end, but that was a great game to just be involved in.
Love to hear it, and I can't wait to watch more England women's. Lovely talking to you. Catch you in a bit.
Yeah, it was a tough game for England women's. The scoreline perhaps doesn't suggest how even the fixture was, as in our game here, it's a shock lead for the Philippines. Alison, I'll tell you why it's a shock lead. It's because the Philippines have yet to win a game in the Men's Open, in sharp contrast to their mixed open side, who are having a great competition. Japan, on the other hand, have only been defeated once by New Zealand, of course, that was live for you here at the Touch Rugby World Cup. So Japan, they sit in third place in the pool. A win here would all but guarantee them a spot in the quarterfinals. But Philippines, it seems, are going to make them work for it in their red and yellow, playing from left to right as they loop one over the top again. This time the touch comes in from Hamada. Yeah, and Japan have possession back.
Japan 1-0 lead here that we just saw in the corner.
In fact, it's Japan who have in fact gone up. As you're right, Alice, we'll wait for the scoreline to readjust.
Japan getting really good meters along this edge here, and really dangerous side. Just picking up here, trying to go long. Let's see what they can work with.
Well, we've been really impressed with Japan across
oh wow,
the 2
with the
days.
tap just on the right edge there, but looking like it's going to be a forward pass, so Philippines back on the ball.
Wait for the tap, wait for the tap. All right, 8 on the touch, 8 you're short.
Philippines just driving out their box now. Let's see if they can get some good meters along here. Just Japan working in their midfield D, but Philippines just driving out, as we can see.
Well, it's the Philippines at halfway. And Alice, we'll touch upon that Women's Open, of course, because a loss to New Zealand doth not a tournament make, of course. They're the top 2 teams coming into every World Cup, and still a good performance from England. More to come from the side that you're very much involved with.
Yeah, 100%, and it's lovely being a part of that team because there's so many good players, as we can see, especially in this Japanese team as well. And let's see if they can get a strike play going.
Well, here's their number 10, Turo Yamamoto, playing more centrally now. Yamamoto dives in.
And that will be a lovely quickie play, just taking him to the short side, and lovely dive, as we can see there. But amazing play, and Japan will be happy with that result. Philippines just tapping off now, and they would really need to strive back with this. So it's a 2-0 lead from Japan, and Philippines can't let that gap rise anymore.
15 you're short. Good now.
Just driving upward with the ball here now with the Philippines. Trying to get onto the 7 and long ball across. Looking like they're going to have a counties play, and just playing it, trying to get Japan's defence up. Another pick up, looking for the trail ball in the mid gap, but Japan are super tight here, and nothing's getting past their defence.
Well, I just had a conversation with the delightful Japanese coaching staff just to refigure their shirt numbers, because a couple of them have swapped around. It's just Kazuki Irakawa and Tashi Seiyasu who have swapped, so the rest are still accurate here as well. Unfortunately, penalty up against the Philippines as they look to get back into the game. And it's Japan through Higino, who will look to strike. Here's Higino, handing it off to Kubota, and then Koizumi. Great running this time from Higino. He just glides in unopposed, and that was a little bit too easy for Japan.
Yeah, just scoring in that 32 channel there, just wrapping round and giving the ball. Look at this replay now, as we can see, just on the sweep round, and short side for Days, and a lovely put down. So 3-0 leading for Japan.
On the touchy, 7. Good.
Philippines with the ball now, just driving up, and really need to try and get a score on. And we can see here, mid play, going for the short. Looking.
Stepping off the right foot there, the Philippines. It's Majabage there who's weaving his way through, but no luck this time. Penalty for them, a chance for them to get back in the game. Japan with a 2-try advantage, with his Gavieres.
Stepping back and trying to go dive for ground.
Racing is in there, but they'll have to retreat. Jean-Patrick Yves Racing. And now a switch of direction, looking to open up the field. Another touch made, this time on Majabage. And then the little ball out to the left-hand side. Diving in to make the touch goes Kamada.
But the
Philippines are over.
And that is a score for the Philippines, first one of the game for them, and amazing score indeed. Throwing that long ball and then just the extra play to the wing. Great put down by their winger.
Now the Philippines back into the game then, searching, as you said, for their first win of the competition. Japan looking to secure their place in the quarter-final if they can hold on here and take this game home. And it's a fast start for Japan as well, Alice, from this transition. Tapped off the halfway, and they're up over the 10. Here's the strike. Sliding in.
And a lovely score indeed. Just that quickie play and giving it to them short side and diving down low. We've seen this score before through them, and Japan are just so threatening in that attack. And the change of pace that we have seen from them It doesn't seem like the Philippines can keep up.
Well,
But
something new for you as well, Alice, as you can hear on your stream, the referees have been mic'd up for the first time in this Touch World Cup. They said it couldn't be done, but we've managed to do it here live with Next Gen, and you'll be able to hear the referees in conversation with one another and in conversation with the players as the phase progresses.
yeah, you can really hear them calling the numbers of the offside players and making sure everyone's back 7 meters.
Well, here's a good pickup then. Japan on the rumble. Yamamoto looking to slip in. Referee's keeping the Philippines onside. Mitsuru Yamamoto in the centres. Moved in from the wing for this game. Oshima with Yamamoto in support. Over he goes. Well, this time it's a turnover. 6 touches up. Philippines back with possession in hand.
Yeah, just a really great defensive from the Philippines there, keeping Japan out. And so hard when someone's diving and you've got to step back. You've got to trust in that other middle to step up and make that touch, and that's what they did.
Transition then for the Philippines. I think they've won another penalty there as well, so that's a good end product for them. 6 on the halfway. Japan pushed back to the 10. As you can hear, I'm having a great time with the referees mic'd up. I'm really enjoying the dimension it brings to our coverage as Gaiveres is on the charge. Has to hand it off this time. Gaiveres once again with a hand.
Japan getting up really high to make the Philippines under pressure here.
Here's racing, stepping off the right, looking to dart in behind, but Kenta Hirai makes the touch. And I can tell already from watching Japan, they have rotated coming into this game. They've made a couple of changes, and a couple of positions have switched round as well, possibly to give some players a rest coming to their last round of fixtures. But it's still got them out in front by 3-1 against this Philippines side, as we've said, looking for their first win. In contrast to their mixed opens team, who are right at the top of their pool.
Yeah, just a penalty there for Japan. It's just forward pass someone up. So it's going to be the Philippines ball, and a good call from the refs there, and kind of hear it through the screen. Philippines in a really good field position, starting on the halfway line, so essentially a tap off, but looking like the Japanese defense are really putting a lot of pressure, so not a lot of meters have been made from the Philippines.
Philippines have burnt up a couple of touches there, lifted off the deck by Masalunga, and here he goes, Masalunga with support. They've only got a few more touches to strike. Darting to the left-hand side, Ivan Lynch. And then Lynch, here he goes. Winding up the long ball. Could be a 2-on-1 out there. Great covering by Daichi Yago.
Yeah, great cover, scramble D, releasing from the Japanese players so they can make it to that winger in time. But great play from Philippines, looking really promising in that attack. But Japan up this wing now, gaining some meters. Getting set up. Looking for the fly, looking around the outside, and will he have the gas to go?
Well, what a turn that is. There's still a defender to beat. Ball back on the inside, and then it's touchdown. Great finish by Junki Hamada in the end.
Wow, what a finish indeed. Just giving that fly when they were coming on. And as we can see in the replay, giving that pass to the wing, and then stepping back in, and the pass on the top to get the finish for Japan's number 14.
Touching, League 40. Good now, mate. Almost at 40. Good. Anything you 40.
Good work from the Philippines. And they're up to the 7. Well, offside again. Puig with the lovely footwork. Puig here. Well, 13's offside is the call, so Philippines drive on. The referee's in constant communication with each other as Yongo takes it in, but clean touch though. Japan are away. Well, it's individual players being picked out for offside, and that's what's forcing them to retreat. It's really interesting. It's another angle of touch we don't think about, Alice, that you've got to be fully aware of when your number is called. You've got to get out of the way.
Yeah, we can just hear that call of the ref there, so gets a penalty away for the Philippines.
Well, moving forward, that's the call. That's what the Philippines have to do. And now Japan will strike. Oh, lovely delay on the pass, and it's put Higino in for another.
Yeah, what a play there. As we can look at the replay just now, we can see that Japan's ball is just on the outside, running hard, and that delay, that stutter is what makes that try happen. So really, really good team play.
Yamamoto off the wing into the middle, having a great time of it.
Again, boys. Don't go early.
There goes the whistle. And here come the Philippines. First touch on the 10.
With that ref, 12.
Big touch made on Majabage. Well, 10's offside, so Majabage can drift away from him there. Well, there's the penalty. Not moving forward when camped by the try line.
Yeah, so in the 7, you must move forward in the defence, and just looked like that's not what Japan was doing, so the Philippines get a penalty there.
Majabage trying to open up this Japanese defence. Majabage, there's the missed pass, and they are in behind.
And that's
the try given. Oh no, it was a touch actually,
yeah.
That's the call.
Number 12 for Japan there, just a great chase out.
Seiji Yamamoto this time with a big touch. Now on the switch, here comes Gaveres, and then there's the pass to set the Philippines away. This time the try is given, and they are delighted on the sub-box on the far side.
What a try indeed, and that will be amazing for the Philippines. As we see this replay now, just going on the outside and then having a little switch, giving it to the wing, and they just cuts in from nowhere.
Jovan Masalunga picks a great line. Philippines are on the board for the first time. Well, here come Japan in response. Stepping off the left is Koizuma. Such a difficult customer.
So dangerous at the line here, and the Philippines really giving them time to have a quickie play in the mid.
Koizuma, lovely ball. Look at the space. You could drive a Nottingham tram through the gap that Atsuki Sato has to touch down.
Yeah. What a great play, and just looking to go stepping open side, and then that link stepping up from the Philippines to create that big hole.
What about that before John with the chain? I know, I didn't say anything, I just went. 11, good.
Well,
Good. Seven.
right, well, we're carrying on here with the Philippines in desperate need of a response. They trail to Japan, hunting their first win. It's a rotated Japanese side. But at the moment, it's a penalty.
Yeah, just you hear the ref now and hear them calling back to get onside, and Japan getting a good field position straight by their box, just coming here to get some fresh legs on and great meters down this line.
Great run from Yago. In fact, that time it was Kubota. And Japan have climbed all the way to the 7. Tetsuki. Good lift from Yokomizo. Tetsuki looks to free the pass.
Yeah, he was looking for that long ball there, wasn't he? And he wound up and just didn't release it in the end, but Japan with the new set.
Yokomizo takes a touch. Good lift from Tetsuki. Yokomizo, one more should do it. Oh, well, Japan have possession. They'll dart into the corner. Great take from Kamata. And they will score another.
What a score, and just great hands, just the tap play, right? You got to release that ball so quickly, and that winger did work so hard for Japan there.
Good turnaround. Masalunga not even in touch, in distance, not in sight even on our screens, but Philippines then looking to respond. Here's Zobel de Ayala. De Ayala into touch for the first time. Lovely little show and go from Puig.
15. Make sure 15's coming back.
Well, we're now 7 out from the line. It's the Philippines with possession. They'll have a penalty. There's the tap. Here comes Japan. Gareth Holgate out there in the centre. Here is Holgate. To the left-hand side to Puig. Puig, Holgate, back inside. Puig makes good yards. Well, they dummy the scooper instead. It's Puig darting for the line. Holgate perhaps went the wrong way there, Alice.
Yeah, just trying to find that sweep there, the Philippines, and looking for the short side play, trying to commit that play around the edge. Toying with the Japan's defense now, making them work.
Puig to the wing they go. Puig with a pick-up. He goes to the left-hand side again, trying to ghost in alone, but the half was going to get caught there, so coughed up possession. Japan come away with it.
Just really nice from Japan here, just getting the meters along this wing, and Philippines defense kind of need to step up a little bit more just to help stop that space.
Yamamoto for Japan. Oshima gets the ball away to Yutaro Yamamoto. There might have been a Philippine hand in there. But offside is the call. Philippines dragged back into position. Good carry by Oshima. Oshima goes himself.
Wow, what a play. Just getting that quickie and then stepping back mid-mid. Makes it look so easy and just so into the rhythm.
Good run from Oshima. Good link up in the centre between himself and Yamamoto.
We've seen Yamamoto a lot already and can't wait to see what he can bring out.
The two Yamamotos, Seiji and Yutaro, work really well together as a middle wing connection. Now they're in the centre together.
Can't wait to see what more they can bring out. But Philippines on the ball now. Let's see if they can get another score straight before half-time, because how important is that?
6 up for Japan. And they look right to left, the Philippines, still working through the middle. Here's Gavieres, and then a great ball.
Yeah, so
to
we
the
heard
right-hand side.
So we heard the ref on the mic then say 12 you're short, 12 you're short. So it's going to be a penalty for offside.
Let's go 16 up. 12. Good 12.
Well, right to the line, the Philippines looking to create something here, but Japan smothering their attack.
Bring us same thing, that's good, that's good.
Yeah, just the Philippines on the ball now. Let's see what they can do.
Philippines with a bit of open space to run into. On the switches, Majabage. Wide ball, but caught again before the line. Touch made on Caparros. Trying to jinx away for another score, Masalunga.
Japan's defense is just looking so strong that the Philippines can't get past, and an extra penalty there to bring Japan up 10 more meters.
There goes the hooter for a first half that's flown by, but as expected, Japan take a 6-2 lead into the break. They've been on top here, even if they haven't had all guns blazing, Alice.
Yeah, 100%. Especially with this Philippines team, they have got 2 scores on the board, so still quite tight game.
We'd like to think the Philippines can get back into it and maybe notch their first win of the competition. But for Japan, it's business as usual. All they need is another win here to guarantee themselves a place in the quarter-final. 20 more minutes to come just after the break. Live here at the Touch Rugby World Cup 2024 from Nottingham.
I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic. All I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes, and depending on how many times, lets you know the time. I've been to concerts at the Motorpoint Arena, and I've been to concerts at the Nottingham Caves. I've been here all my life and I'm still amazed by this place. I love Nottingham. Sometimes I stare at Hockley's graffiti colourful walls, and sometimes I gaze at the deers running round Woolton Hall. Supreme thrills, from chilling up at Green's Mill or up at that castle on the hill. Nottingham, I love you, and I always will. Visit Nottingham today.
So what does it mean to you?
The time,
Sweat. The passion.
The thrill.
The determination.
The support.
The camaraderie.
But it's so much more than that.
We're playing for something bigger.
You ready?
Question is, how are you going to leave your legacy?
Second half to come. The Philippines looking for their first win of the competition. They're bottom of the pool. Japan at the moment sit third, and a win would bring them through to the quarterfinals. A great result for them. They've had some great experiences recently, part of the most recent Trans-Tasman competition down in Australia and New Zealand. So they've got a lot to offer here at the Touch Rugby World Cup in the Men's Open, and a few more tries, and that'll put this game to bed. Alice, it's been a pretty impressive performance, even if the Japanese never really got out of second gear.
Yeah, and I love watching this team and what they bring to the fields. It's really, really lovely to see. Just on the ball here, looking like a 33 play.
We'll see what Kubota can string together. Here he is again. Short range, Daiki Kubota does score. And it's a very popular score from the box on our near side here.
Oh, and I think the refs are going to call it.
Have a listen in. I think there was just a penalty at the ruck there before it was picked up, I believe. What they decided. And now here we go again, the Philippines looking to transition as they head box side. Oh, another turnover.
And just listening, don't really hear what the
I think
call
it was another roll ball on the deck, actually. That's what the referees indicated. It's Kozumi going alone.
Wow.
Real box of tricks, the Japanese number 11.
What a step off the right foot and sent me going nowhere, and I'm just watching. So how the Philippines are coping with this is really amazing defence.
Kubota, Kozumi, Kubota again. This time he will not be denied.
Yeah, just that stutter step. Hensing he's going to go back into mid gap, and that's what they've been doing so far. And then taking it out on the outside. So really felt that Philippines defence, but lovely little individual play.
Try number 7 for Japan's number 7. And they lead now by a margin of 5 tries. That'd be a big ask for the Philippines to get back into this one. That'd be more tries than they've scored in any game in the competition so far. In fact, if they rack up 7 tries, that'll be equal to how many tries they've scored in the competition so far completely. So it would be a shock.
Wow, what a stat to hear. And
Pretty
Philippines,
disheartening for the Philippines, actually.
Philippines back on the ball. Looks like they're going wide to the link, and they get
Here's
anything
racing.
going.
Marsha Bargay. Ball back on the inside. Marsha Bargay after it again. And this time it fell to Gavieres. Gavieres and Marsha Bargay in the middle there.
Yeah, just that Philippines play, looking for that trail ball on the inside, like you said, and would have been nice to hit it harder, but that Japanese defence just being so strong again and can't get past.
Now this is just an analyst's opinion. I was chatting to Joe Wright earlier today, and we were talking about the strength of some of the mixed open sides. Italy, for one, have had an excellent mixed open side, whereas their men's open and women's open haven't been as strong. Philippines the same. Men's Open, Women's Open haven't really come together, but Mixed Open, they're going to get through to the round of 16. Is that a tactic employed at some organisations to stack one of the tides, knowing that that might be your best shot to go far in this World Cup?
Well, like you say, every team has a chance of becoming to go to glory, right? And just having the right, it might be down to team cohesion as well, what player goes where. So you can't say this or that, but some countries it does look like that has happened. And with the Philippines, I watched them on the first day against their first game against Oz, and they did come out, but Australia is always so strong, so
it doesn't really tell you very much about how a team performs against Australia.
Yeah.
My favourite stat, of course, that I've said on the live stream was on day 2, where every single Australian team scored plus 20 points in every game they played, except for their one game against Papua New Guinea, which they didn't play, so they were only able to have a 5-0 lead, which ruined their record. Australia have been unfaultable so far.
Yeah,
infallible in this competition.
And I can't wait to see that team come up against one of those tighter games, because that's when it was tight. Like the women's Oz team, the Japanese women's team, and that's going to be a touch there. But like I was saying, the women's Oz team versus the Japanese women's team was a good game to watch, but a really, really interesting game. Oh, ball on the outside to the Japanese winger, and that's going to be another score on the board.
That might just take the game beyond the Philippines. Unfortunately, there one more try and it becomes a bit insurmountable. Whipped over the top. Lovely ball by the previous try scorer Kubota. So Daisuke Kamada has one on the board for Japan. Another for him in this game. And they go 8-2 up.
Yeah, really lovely finish there, but Philippines charging down this pitch now, trying to get some momentum and looking strong.
Well, it's a big task for the Philippines to get into this game, but they'd love a try, especially through Gareth Holgate, one of the expats in this side. Oh, lofted over towards the wing. And they're just being marched back by the Japanese. Great defence, and that's a turnover.
Yeah, Japan with a decent amount of field position here, and just working it way to their box to get some fresh legs on.
Touch made. Japan, now they look to work into their transition with 5 touches remaining. Plenty of changes onto the field, amongst them Takusho.
Oh wow, picking up mid gap, looking for someone free, and that's number 6 for Japan.
Well, Yoshito Oshima has a try this time. And this Japanese side, this rotated Japanese side, shows just how deep their 16-man squad is. The players who usually come on as the rotation in the transition, getting a full 40 minutes out there on the turf. And, well, they're turning up here in style. They've put 9 on they've now put 11, according to our scoreboard, on the far side on the Philippines. We are, of course, at the whim of the Federation of International Touch official scorers, and they racked up 11 for Japan, so congratulations to them. They've broken double figures.
Yeah, just Philippines now on the pitch. Oh, going open side, looking for the long ball, and
interception instead. Japan come away with it. Philippines have got something about them. This is a decent men's open side. It's just that unable to finish off those final balls. So instead, Japan transition and hit the halfway line within 3 touches.
Like we always talk about, execution is key, and Philippines haven't been able to execute just yet. And ball down there for Japan, and it's going to be a turnover.
Working here, guys, working here.
Well, it's really interesting to dial into just how much the referees communicate with the players around them, Alice. It's interesting to see the amount of information they have to process even during the game.
Yeah, reffing a couple times, it's even with a lot lower level games than this, and it's so hard. So my kudos go out to them. But Philippines on the ball now, getting really good momentum, but ball just not going to hands.
Well, when you're down against a side like Japan, you do have to make all your chances count, and the Philippines are able to do that so far. There's a huge game in the men's open, which James Preston will be taking you through next, when Australia take on Lebanon. And that's a really important game for the outcome of Pool A, because Lebanon undefeated so far in the competition. That might be about to change when they take on Australia.
And
so they're currently at the top of the pool.
That's going to be another score for Japan on the boards.
Kamata with a hat-trick for Japan.
Yeah, just a lovely ball over the top, and the wingers just left with a dream of space. Just a lovely put down and a great ball.
Well, after another round of men's opens fixtures, we return to the mixed competition. Belgium take on Canada at 20-4, and then South Africa, New Zealand. I'll be back for that one at 4:30 in the mixed open. Before I take you through the end of the day, the women's open, Singapore against Wales, and we finish with a cracking game between Samoa and Fiji. That's how everything will lay out here on pitch 2 for the rest of the day, as the Philippines go wide and, well, turnover. And even at this stage, when the game is certainly theirs and 10 minutes to go, look how quickly Japan transition, Alice.
And
what a break through the centre. In the transition, Daiki Kubota has another score.
And what a breakthrough, like you were just talking about going along this wing. The Philippines need to step up, but Japan are so well at finding that hole, and they had. And look at the celebrations now. Just the Japanese team being so supportive of everyone.
I like Taiki Takusho's shark celebration he keeps trying to string together with his teammate Kubota.
I have seen a lot of great celebrations out there, and I'm really happy.
We'd like to see a few more play up to the camera, to be honest. I think it'd be great to see. I know that the Japanese mixed open side had that right idea, celebrating straight into the camera earlier today.
Oh, and the women's Japanese side, they had an amazing celebration, 2 of them together.
They do bring great energy, don't they, Japan, to this World Cup. They're such a welcome addition, and they've got plenty of quality as well.
And
Yamamoto looked to make the touch there, and it is a turnover.
Really intense game here, and Japan are not. The Philippines aren't letting it easy for Japan still. They're still fighting.
Touch on the half. Philippines on the retreat. Good pick up from Yago. A weaving run from Yokomizo. Yokomizo looks to play half. Tetsuki wants it on the return. Sliding in.
Yeah, just a lovely score there, and like we can see, Japan are just kind of just in full force now.
We're right in the Japanese box here, and they very pleased with the performance so far.
Yeah, and just a little quickie play and just sliding in. It's what you can dream of, and centre stage with this Japanese side, they must be buzzing. Philippines tapping off now. Let's see if they can bring some more energy onto the pitch.
Well, Japan are likely to finish in 3rd place in their pool, behind the undefeated Cook Islands and New Zealand. I think the winner of that game will go through at top, which means that in the next stage of the proceedings, the quarter-finals, they will be taking on the 2nd place side from Pool A, which is, frighteningly enough, going to be one of Lebanon or Australia. So a big game for Japan, likely against Lebanon or Australia, awaits them in the quarter-finals if they can hold on here at the 13-2 advantage with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be playing one of those two teams. They've been looking so strong and really nice team, like nice plays. But Philippines doing a quickie here, step back.
Ball inside, Philippines are over. Jan Norbin Puig. But the Japanese, as you hear from the referee, 14 is good, so Hamada makes the touch.
I think it's going to be another little quickie play.
Well, here come the Philippines again, looking to ghost through. Well, they were hoping for an offside call, and I'm afraid it didn't come, so instead, Japan will transition.
This is where Japan gets really good yards, and let's see if we can do it again here.
Japan, good transition. Yago with the lift. Winding run from Koizumi. Look at him go. There's the ball out wide.
And I think the ref's going to say that's a forward pass, so it's going to be a penalty against the Japanese team.
Koizumi, a real player for Japan in the middle when he comes on. Ryamo Koizumi.
Yeah, really explosive, isn't he, on that step.
Transition then for the Philippines. They've got 7 minutes to try and rack up a few more scores. Great line. I think it's Jason Lynch there with a good run. But unfortunately, another turnover.
Yeah, so Japan with another good field position, just almost into the Philippines half. Driving here, getting some more fresh legs on. Let's see if they can get another strike.
Well, day 5 tomorrow is, of course, we're back onto pitch 1, and it's the closing stages of all of the pool stages before we move on to knockouts for the first time, mixed open elimination games, and men's 40s and 50s quarterfinals to close out the day tomorrow. How excited are you, Alice, about us finally getting towards some knockout footy?
Some knockout footy is always what we want to watch, and that's when it's so intense. That's when the team's on the line, and you got to put your front foot forward, because if you get knocked out, you don't get a second chance.
So just to confirm, tomorrow on the Pitch 1 live stream, it's the final round for the men's, women's and men's 30s, as well as the mixed open elimination games. We've still got the final round of mixed open games live for you today at 20-4 Belgium, Canada, and then at 4:30 South Africa, New Zealand, when the scores on the doors will be totted up and we can tell you who will be facing who tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, just Philippines getting another penalty there, so they get an extra set of 6, which is on the Japanese 7, so really good chance here for them to strike and score. Looking like it's a quickie play on the outside, step back in, and he dives, and it's going to be a second touch, so really good defence there by Japan.
Well, here go the Philippines, still fighting, still backing themselves to convert there. They've got a few more touches. And the Japanese 7, here's the 6th as the referee calls it, so they'll have to do something creative there. Lovely ball out wide to Madrona, and then the final pass into the palms of Macaroyo, but it's just beyond him, unfortunately, there. Forward pass as well, so it's a penalty for Japan.
Yeah, and then it did look so promising there from Philippines. Just having a line attack and having a crack at the line, really nicely done. But Japan are looking so strong in that defence, and nothing can get past them.
And Japan will transition with 4 minutes to go here. They've certainly secured the victory with a 15-2 scoreline, but they'll look to add another here. Great place from Yokomizo, and that's got Japan driving forward. Deep pass into the backfield. Hamada gets one more ball away, and it's yet another score for Daisuke Kamata.
Yeah, and what a play. This Philippine side had just attacked, so they were running out of steam there in defence, and maybe a little bit of fatigue, the hot sun on them, but Japan just knuckled down and finished with that 2-on-1 play to the wing, and a lovely score in that corner.
It is warm, isn't it? And well, it's going to get even hotter tomorrow. Volunteers a little bit stressed about how the hot weather is going to affect the players and crowd. We keep hydrated here at the Touch Rugby World Cup. Such physical exertion on show.
Yeah, and those ice baths do come in handy for all those players, and it's great to see they're all in use.
The ice baths are a great shout as well, aren't they, Alice? What great facilities we have for you here at the Touch Rugby World Cup.
I'm surprised us commentators don't get an ice bath for ourselves.
I think we probably could sneak in there, but we'd have to explain why we're in there afterwards, and I don't know how I would do that.
Just Japan here, running in with great speed and intensity, shipping it off wide again.
Well,
to
they've
a
got
pass.
so much intensity and willingness to play, even at this closing stage. Higino with the wide pass could have been Kamata's 5th try, but I think it was a forward pass.
Yeah, and we just saw that play like last time, so if it works, you don't need to change it, and it's looking like it's working. Just the execution there for Japan, just the final pass.
Philippines up to the half.
Really nice intensity from the Philippines, looking like on the outside, giving it to the wing.
Good pickup from Maja Vargey there, just driving them on.
Coming, George. Coming.
But it's going to be a turnover. Japan, with 2 minutes to go, will just look to eat up the touches and head towards the box.
Yeah, only 2 minutes left here, and Japan would still want to strike in net, head in for more than that score.
Already lead by a commanding 16-point scoreline. There's a half-hearted cheer from the Japanese box as they win another penalty. Taken in by Yamamoto. Good ball to the left-hand side. One more could do it here. Oh, he does have another score. Kamata has 5 in this game.
Yeah, that is amazing play. And as we can see, replaying it now, just the change of speed on the outside and his ability to read it becomes a 3-on-2, and the execution on that pass is just amazing. And
textbook from Atsuki Sato.
Great score from the winger.
Kamata with 5 tries against the Philippines. Japan have 17. Great performance from a touch open side on top form.
Yeah, Philippines here with less than a minute left, trying to knock down this Japanese defence.
That pass has gone through the hands. Well, we've seen a lot of touch rugby over the last few days, Alice, and we're here for the Men's Opens game. So what are your thoughts going to the knockouts? Who do you fancy in this competition?
I feel like you've always got to back Oz. They're just a strong team in general, and I just love watching them play.
I did see that Ireland recovered really well from their loss to Japan to rack up a couple of wins. I think they're likely to slip into that quarter-final place. They've got to see off South Africa, Wales and Singapore in the meantime as the buzzer goes. And I haven't seen enough of the Cook Islands, but they were undefeated coming into today as well. So there's plenty of competitors left in the Men's Open. Japan will be amongst them with another win to extend their excellent record in the competition. And even with a rotated side, they've looked really sharp, Alice.
Totally agreed, and I can't wait for the rest of these games. Lebanon next, and we know their win against England was huge, and can't wait to see what they give more.
Well, can Lebanon knock another giant off the perch? That's what we'll find out in just a few moments' time. They've already upset the hosts here in Nottingham, but now they face even bigger a task in Australia. That's the next live game for you here on Pitch 2 at the Rugby World Cup 2024 here in Nottingham. In the Men's Open competition, it's Australia against Lebanon.
Thanks for the crowd in here. Full time on that game. Just a quick announcement. A writ has been handed in.
It's our turn now. I love Nottingham.